So Trevor, you're obviously chairman of Ballyclare Comrades men's team. This is the first match for Ballyclare Comrades women at Dixon Park, first league game, first competitive game. They've made history. What does that feel like then?
That's unbelievable. I'm like a lifetime round Ballyclare here and round Ballyclare Comrades Football Club, but I never thought for one moment that we probably would ever have a ladies team, and it's fantastic for the club, and I hope it's good for Carmoney, who have moved over to Ballyclare Comrades, and we think it's been a very smooth changeover. They have been absolutely no problem whatsoever, and it's been all made very easy with the hard work of Stephen and his background as well, and it's fantastic for the club.
And how important is it for the community to get involved, not only for the men's team but for the women's to come down and support them?
I think it's very, very important today. It's football now. Years ago, a ladies team, it wouldn't have been heard word of. But today, every club has a ladies team, and it's the way forward. It's like youth teams, like the boys and all too. It's the way forward for the club, and it's fantastic for everybody, I think, and hopefully it'll be good for Ballyclare.
And as you've mentioned there, you never thought you would see a women's team at Ballyclare, so that just goes to show the progression and the development in the women's game.
Well, it does, and it's brilliant. When you look at Kenny Shields and the Northern Ireland ladies team, when they're full time, who would ever have thought of that? Nobody, I don't think. And it's good, and there's a few of the girls here which are playing at the junior level as well. I'm not just sure how many there is, but it's fantastic too that we have girls who are development, and that's only good for the name of Ballyclare Comrades Football Club.
And how important is it for the men's club and side of things to get involved with the women and vice versa to support each other?
That's fantastic. It has to work like that. There can't be them and us. It has to be one, and that is something I'm looking at the moment, but setting up a committee of the ladies themselves and also the youth teams, the boys teams, so that everyone knows exactly what's going on at ladies, what's going on at boys and at senior level. But it'll always be the senior team committee that will always make the final decisions, yes or no. But I think that we need to work together, because it's good for the boys to know what's happening to the girls and the girls to know what's happening at the boys.
And looking to the game tonight then, this evening, Lisburn Rangers are going to be tough opponents. A lot of them have players in the Northern Ireland under-19s. Are you looking forward to watching the game and seeing what the level's like?
Fantastic, and I just heard that myself, and you know yourself, we've maybe had too many wins at Dixon Park this year, unfortunately, and maybe tonight the girls will start off with a win, and I hope they do.
As you say, hopefully the women will get 3 points then.
Yes.
That's great, Trevor.
So.
Thank you. So, Stevie, first competitive match for the Ballyclare Comrades women's team. First game of the season. We've made history tonight. Could you tell us, could you put it in words, what does that feel like for you as chairman of the women's team?
Well, it's extremely exciting. It's brilliant for us to be able to play at Dixon, and from the progression and development from last year has been amazing. It's been a whirlwind past few months since we moved across the Ballyclare Comrades. The club is growing every day. Every session we've seen improvements and growth and development in our numbers, and now to get our first team on Dixon Park and open a match of the NIWFA season is fantastic. There's a real buzz around the place. There's plenty of people coming along to watch. There's two good teams playing football tonight.
And is this one of the reasons why Carmoney wanted to amalgamate with Ballyclare Comrades for these facilities and for nights like this in the stadium?
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what the whole reason was. We wanted to grow and develop and improve ourselves both on and off the pitch, and this is massive for us tonight, this opportunity, and we're playing in a proper stadium. There's a crowd expected to move a couple hundred tonight, so it's really good. There's been a lot of buzz on social media recently with new likes on the page, and also a lot of interest generated in the match, so it's an exciting future for us, both for the team and the club and Ballyclare Comrades as a club as well.
And you've really got the community involved. I mean, there's lots going on tonight. Do you want to just tell everybody all what's happening at the first league game?
Yeah, well, if you compare back to last year, we played our matches at council pitch and stuff, but tonight, because we've got access to the stadium, we have a hot food fan, we have face painting, we have ball girls, we have player mascots. It's just really growing, like the excitement generated in the club. We've also Lisburn Rangers are bringing their under-9 team, and both under-9 teams are playing matches at the half-time interval to entertain the crowd. So it's really, really good. There's positive signs, and you just don't get that in ordinary NIWFA matches.
And I'm sure the girls are absolutely buzzing. They're so excited. Well, they're so excited. Obviously, it's their first league game of the season, to get that up and running, and obviously they're playing at Dixon Park for the first time. So what was the mood like in the dressing room before they came out for their warm-up?
The music's bouncing. They're absolutely loving it. They've been training hard this week and putting extra sessions on to prepare for the match tonight, and just to really prepare themselves for the season, playing at this stadium as well, and playing on the big wide open pitch, and looking forward to it. They're really, really good for us as a club and good for the team. And a lot of the girls now are under 15, under 16, under 17 internationals, and it's really good for us and them playing on a proper facility. It's really good.
And it's a really tough first game for the girls. Lisburn Rangers have a lot of Northern Ireland players themselves in the under-19 squad. What are your thoughts on the game then for tonight?
Well, tonight's got to be a tough test. It's probably the toughest test in the NWFA League at the minute, to play Lisburn Rangers, and to have them our home match, our first match this season. The top pre-season's been very tough for the girls. We've deliberately made it like that because we knew the challenges ahead, and when we got around the league matches. We're just back last week from playing the Isle of Man national team and select team. We've had pre-season friendlies in Premier League clubs, and it's been a good test for the girls, and something we wanted. We went down to Sligo in February. We could have maybe played one of the lesser teams in an easier pre-season, but we decided to challenge ourselves and challenge the girls, and they really rose to those challenges during the matches, and have benefited from it. So, our first match was last week against Belfast Celtic in the County Down Cup preliminary round, and that was another good test for us. They're also in our league this season, so really good preparations, and now we're going to kick on when the league starts.
Well, Stevie, as was said, you're making history tonight, so well done and good luck for the game this evening. I hope the girls get the 3 points.
Yeah, history makers and game changers, that's what we want.
Brilliant, Stevie, thank you. So, JP, first competitive league game at Dixon Park for the girls. Unfortunately, it's not the result you wanted, 6-0 defeat to Lisburn Rangers, but you always knew it was going to be a tough game. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, look, disappointed obviously to lose by so many. However, I thought in parts we played really well. First half we were really, really competitive. It was 2-0 at half time, but we worked on a lot of stuff in the last couple of training sessions about containing them and not letting them play and not letting them play through the gaps. And it worked the first half. Yes, I got 2, but we nullified a lot of what they were trying to do. So I think second half, because of the effort we put in the first half, we just ran out a wee bit of steam. So I said to the girls, like, no fault, work rate, effort, everything like that, just ran out of legs in the end.
As you say, Lisburn Rangers, they got those 2 early goals, but to be fair to Ballyclare, you steadied the ship and there were some nice passages of play and you got back into the game, as in their passing and movement was good in parts.
It was. Look, I say, when we run the ball, getting the ball was difficult because Lisburn moved the ball really well and keep it really well, and they're a team, I think they've 8 or 9 under-19 internationals, so it's always going to be difficult. Premier League teams have found it difficult against them, but when we got the ball and we tried to play our own game, we've done okay. We had some chances ourselves, a lot from corners. We had a couple from open play as well, so it wasn't all one-sided as a sort of score would suggest. I think 6-0 was very harsh on us, but ultimately, we didn't do enough to win the game.
And we should mention Katie Bradley. She was my player of the match. She did a great job in goals there for you.
She was fantastic, but Katie's always been great, and she's fearless. You see how many times she throws herself out of feet of attackers. She's always coming off and closing her line, so she done really well, and none of them deserve to be on a 6-0 scoreline, but definitely not Katie.
And as manager of Ballyclare Comrades women's team, as we've said, this is the first women's match at Dixon Park.
Yeah.
You've made history tonight. How does that feel? You must be really proud.
It feels amazing. I mean, we've obviously made a massive event of it. I'm told we had 250, 260 people here today, which probably rivals the men's team and most men's teams in the championship. So to get that number of people at the ground is fantastic. Disappointed we didn't give them anything to cheer about, but I think they can see that we are a very young team. Like, our oldest player there is 20. We have a bunch of 14, 15, 16 year olds in there playing senior football, and the next couple of years of development of this team will make us or help us climb the league. We're still aiming for promotion this year. It was always about finishing in the top 2, and that's still the aim, and tonight's result doesn't change that.
And it was nice to see that there were lots of the men's committee here tonight as well, you know, supporting the girls.
It's great. I mean, since we've come in, there's been, it does generally feel like we've had a lot of support.
But it's definitely worth the amalgamation.
It definitely
over
is.
in the Ballyclare.
It definitely is.
And with the facilities and everything, obviously the stadium and changing rooms and pitch and everything, it was a completely different environment for the girls tonight, but I'm sure they enjoyed that.
They did. It's you know, we're used to, you know, we've been playing, as you well know, we're playing at V36, we're playing at Nortel, and no disrespect to both of the venues because they've served us well over the 10 years that we've been there, but I'm pretty sure we'll not play here every single week. But it's nice for the girls to come out to, you know, people in the stands, big changing rooms, facilities are really, really good here. Big wide pitch as well, which will suit us. It didn't really suit us tonight because we're up against a phenomenal team, but I mean, when we get the other teams in our league, if we get a chance to play here again, we'll impose ourselves on that and make the size of the pitch to our advantage. And
you're obviously in Division 1 now, so there's not going to be many easy games, so no. Do you regroup now, go into the next one?
We do. I mean, we've no game next week. We're meant to have a cup game next week, but we're fortunate enough where we've had 3 girls called up for under 16 international duty, so that's postponed. So we'll use next week to train and refocus and regroup, and then build for the next league game.
Great, JP. Good luck in the next match then.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.